All right. Day one of improvement, Daniel. Here we go. So we're actually starting what we call a web lesson. So the microphone up there records. So as we go through your swing, don't feel like you got to take notes. This is all saved at the end. You'll be able to pull this up on your own phone or your own computer.
Okay, cool.
So I'll write down that information before you go. So here's a full speed picture of front and side view camera angles. So again, swing's about 1 second long. I'm going to show you in roughly 6 positions of the golf swing what you're doing. Top is a big one that I'm going to help you with today. The 2 sensors that you have, let's put a couple circles around them, shoulders and hips. So I'm going to dock the shoulder turn, tilt, and bend numbers above your head. Same with the hips, turn, tilt, and bend. So again, that straight up and down position, everything went to 0. You set the club down behind the ball, we take 6 measurements. What are we actually measuring? You probably don't know what tilt and bend are, but you probably could figure turn out. So turn is either open or closed. When you make a backswing, we call that closed rotation. Make a downswing, we want to be open.
Right.
So when you set the club down behind the ball, your shoulders opened up 15 degrees. That's an O for open.
Okay.
Notice it's a green motion number. Green is good as far as the scoring of your position. Yellow, a little bit of a breakdown. Red numbers would be something where you're getting too far out of position.
Right.
So the science, again, we measure tour players. If you get close to what they do, you get green numbers. How do you feel about balance at address on your feet? Where do you try to keep the weight?
It's kind of an odd, like either forward or backwards or side to side. I don't really know. I have to kind of think about that.
Yeah.
If it's sitting there, I'm probably a little bit press on the forward piece of my foot. And coming through, generally, weight turns a little bit. Several years ago, I went to more of trying to stack a lot of weight on the front foot because I would always get a little bit out the back and yank them out. So that helped change things a little bit for me. Balance is usually, I usually don't have a whole lot of balance problems that I know of.
Okay.
Every once in a while, a few too many beers, it gets a little bit odd on the course.
What I want you to do is start to feel like it's on your arches of your feet.
Okay, got more center.
Yep.
Okay.
Because you're going to start seeing some things in your swing, your tendencies. You need to have that weight more centered.
Okay.
Okay. Back to the motion numbers here. The shoulder tilt and the hip tilt. Tilts are anything that goes to the left or to the right.
Okay.
Okay. And then your bend is forwards or backwards. So you set the club down behind the ball, you bend forward 44 degrees.
Okay.
Hip bend, you got a pretty good lower back, usually 15 to 20 degrees is typical. You're in the high 20s. So if your lower back doesn't hurt, you're feeling pretty good there, then go with that.
Yeah, it's nothing. That swing has never really hurt that.
All right, here is your team partner, Justin Rose. So look at the lines on his legs. Same with you. And a circle on the head. You made a statement about trying to stay centered. I like that. You're going to see that once I put him into motion. So he's actually in a golf deck in Orlando. So we hooked him up and took his swing. So lower body, we're staying within the red lines. The head not moving much. So the centered part is, if you're flexible enough to do that, it's good.
Wow.
So right now we've got the right leg straightening out probably a little more than it needs to. And you're turning a lot. Too much.
Okay.
So how much is too much? Oh, here's some red, buddy.
Wow.
So there's your hip turn, there's your shoulder turn. So the other numbers that are red, I won't even get into them because if you stop rotating this much, they'll probably take care of themselves. So 72 degrees of hip turn. Tour players are in the mid-40s.
Okay.
Right, so you got everything
Right.
cranking around.
Loading up quite a bit there. Okay.
All right. Average shoulder turn is 89 degrees with an iron tour player. So when you get 106 and then 72 instead of something in the 40s, you're getting excessive, right? So this sets up your downswing as far as what you do. So let's go into your transition. I'm going to start with Justin here first. Whoops, too fast. Okay, what's he doing with his legs?
Well, he's leading quite a bit.
That's right, shifting his weight big time. Okay. Now, you've turned quite a bit. We'll see if you can recover. Where's your weight shift, Daniel?
It doesn't look like it's as far forward as it needs to be.
Okay.
Okay.
So where your club bottoms out is going to be affected by the weight shift that's not happening.
Okay.
Look at your left foot.
Yeah, they didn't really move a whole lot at that, at that time. I don't know. I'm not sure why.
See it kind of spinning there?
Oh, the left foot. Sorry. Oh, yeah. So it's like it transferred a lot more, kind of just leaning back off of it, and then
There ain't much weight on that left foot. So if I help you reduce some turn at the top, I can help you make that transition right here. So when you're halfway in the downswing, you better look like Justin.
Okay.
So your downswing is a lot more arm movement than leg movement. You can see that, right? So there's your turn at the bottom. So your strong muscles, your legs, hips, are not rotating. And that's not surprising because you turn so much in the backswing, you can't
Right. Get all the way
recover
forward.
from it.
Belt foot facing forward as you hit that shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tours, players are going to turn shoulders and hips. They're 36 degrees open at impact. So again, shoulder turn, a lot more, 3 times as much as your hip turn. So where you're starting to see a flaw is this one. That's where you get off track at the top.
Yeah.
An arm extension. Now look at your left and right arm here versus this. So if we get our weight shift, we get better extension. So you're still kind of all that leaning back versus and then you're finished. Probably a fair amount of weight stuck back there. Versus there. Make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
You're trying to keep that ball from moving much, right? So go ahead, see if we can do it without hearing the beat. Do it again. All right, so I grabbed that one. Let's go to the top and see what you got to. So there's 60. So physically make your next move without moving your knees. Let's see what that does to your turn. Yep, do it again. Oh yeah. So here's that one now. There's 47. Hey, you got them almost all green numbers instead of a bunch of red, right?
Yeah.
So if I save that one, Let's bring up the other one. So here's where you can see the comparison. So there's the new and improved, Daniel. And here's the one that gets out of control. Woo!
Okay, yeah. Hands obviously are in a much better spot. So they're not, pulling out.
Oh, yeah.
Or rotating, I guess.
So what you're doing with your lower body now on the right, especially everything in that green circle, you have the chance now to probably start a downswing with a lot more weight shift.
Okay.
That's the whole sequence that you were missing out on. Limit the hip action as you wind up, and then the downswing, you're going to spring out of that. You're creating some torque. We call it X factor in golf. So minimize hip turn, get a decent shoulder turn, and then let her rip.